Hello and welcome to Military Mayday. We're reporting out a few pieces on the chessboard. Got a couple of stories for you to go through here. Tomahawk missiles and fighter jets, how the Houthis were attacked. This happened yesterday. We'll go through. We'll go through what was used, who participated, and who was targeted. Our other story is going to be the Houthis issue chilling threat to America after missile strikes. See tensions explode. Another attack will be met with a response, says the Houthis. They're going to start targeting ships linked to Israel. And there's a little more stuff in here about America, too. Before we get started, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Help me out a little bit here. Get the word out. People need to know about some of this stuff. U.S. and U.K. forces strike Iran-backed rebels in Yemen after months of hesitation. Attack involves cruise missiles from USS Florida, warships, and air raids by U.S. F-35s and U.K. Typhoons targeting anti-aircraft, drone, and missile sites. After nearly 3 months of incessant attacks on one of the world's most crucial maritime shipping routes, the United States finally took action over Friday night, joining forces with British to strike targets on the Iran-aligned Houthi rebels in Yemen. U.S. President Joe Biden emphasized that the Americans will not hesitate to take further steps in response. The Houthis also threatened the Americans and the British will pay a heavy price. Who participated in the multinational attack? According to the statement by the U.S. Military Central Command CENTCOM at 2:30 a.m. Yemen time, U.S. forces in cooperation with Britain and supported by Australia, Canada, and the Netherlands and Bahrain conducted joint strikes on Houthi targets. The goal was to impair their capabilities to continue their unlawful acts in ships and shipping lanes in the Red Sea. What was targeted? According to reports from Yemen, strikes were carried out at the capital of Sanaa, Hodeida, Saada, Dhamar, and other areas. Over 12 sites were bombed, and the U.S.-led forces targeting radars, anti-aircraft system, coastal defense, drone storage, launch sites, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. Meanwhile, the British reported that 4 British Typhoon fighters, assisted by refueling aircraft, used Paveway guided missiles to strike 2 targets in northwest Yemen, a drone launch site at Bani, and an airfield at Abbs. How were the Houthis attacked? According to the U.S. sources, the attacks involved in the combination of combat aircraft, including F-35s alongside Tomahawk cruise missiles, U.S. Navy ships, submarine USS Florida submarines was seen entering the Suez Canal on November 5th. Additionally, Reaper drones were used, as well as the aforementioned British Typhoon jets. The U.S. and U.K.'s response: shortly after the attacks, Biden said in a statement, "These strikes are in direct response to the unprecedented Houthis attacks against international maritime vessels in the Red Sea, including the use of anti-ship ballistic missiles for the first time in history." And don't forget that the stealing the oil probably had something to do with it too. Biden also said he would be willing to authorize further attacks of Yemen if Houthi attacks on shipping did not stop. "I will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and the free flow of international commerce as necessary." British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak: "We have taken proportionate actions in self-defense alongside the United States tied to these attacks to degrade Houthi military capabilities and protect global shipping." Houthis responded, according to Sky News Arabic report morning. Houthis fired several missiles from Hodeida into the Red Sea after the attacks. Meanwhile, they threatened the United States and Britain would pay a heavy price for barbaric attacks. Houthi spokesperson Mohammed something: "The American-British aggression was aimed at protecting Israel and stopping Yemen's support for Gaza. They were mistaken if they thought this would deter Yemen in supporting Palestine. There is no justification for the attack, as there is no threat to navigation in the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea. The attacks there will be against Israel ships and those heading to Israel." So that's going to be U.S. armament, really. So good luck. The Iranian link in response: U.S. Air Force Lieutenant General Alex Gingrich said the U.S. had executed deliberate strikes on over 60 targets at 16 Iranian-backed Houthi militant locations. including command and control nodes, munition depots, launching systems, production facilities, and air defense radar systems. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Nasser Kanani strongly condemned the military attacks on several cities. Yeah, let's get down here. Last week, 12 countries led by the U.S. warned that Houthis of the consequences of continuing attack in the Red Sea. Biden administration described it as a final warning to the Houthis, and now the attack itself has come. So there you go on that one. And they have been attacking shipping lanes. They stole our oil. Houthis issued chilling threat. Here it is. The Houthi rebels have issued a stark warning to the U.S., saying that the attacks on Yemen will be met with a swift and powerful response. Abbs, whoever the leader of any American attack, will not remain without a response. The response will be greater than the attack that was carried out with 20 drones and a number of missiles. U.S. British forces launched a massive counterattack on Thursday, targeting over a dozen sites used by Iranian-backed Houthis. Also warned that they're determined to target ships linked to Israel in response to the overnight strikes. Mohammed, the group said a television speech that the U.S. and British had made a mistake by launching a war on Yemen. He added, soon they will realize that the direct aggression against Yemen was the greatest folly in their history. Yeah, the U.S. forces Middle East Command confirmed to strike over 60 targets, 16 sites in Yemen, including command and control nodes. Went through all this. Biden said in the state will not tolerate consistent attacks on the Red Sea. But there you see it there. He was on TV making these statements. More fuel for the fire, more kindling, I'd have to say. That's my guess here. I don't think things are going to get out of control. I believe it won't. I don't think he's going to try to attack us. He's going to hit ships over there. They don't have the logistics really to come over here and bang on us. Anyway, like, subscribe, and toodaloo.